Hi all, and welcome to lesson number 29, Common Mistakes in Chess, example game 1. In this game, I want to start making specific what I set out in the introductory lesson, number 28, on common mistakes in chess. Now, I'm going to discuss a game that was played at the 17th Chess.com tournament for players rated 1600 till 1800 by one of my students. He is nicknamed Xenix and is playing with the white pieces. His opponent is nicknamed Sozinski, and we will see no less than 18 common mistakes being made in this game. So, my student starts the game with 1 e4, and we can already consider this move to be a mistake. Namely, the mistake that my student is not playing according to an opening repertoire. Now, I remember very well, this was the first game he showed me on our very first training session. And he told me that normally, in the majority of cases, he always plays 1 d4 on the first move, and that is really his repertoire. And that for this game he just decided for the fun of it to play something else. But, well, I guess that the disadvantages of not playing according to an opening repertoire are quite obvious. For one, you will have more trouble recognizing the typical endgame or middle game structures and plans that can arise from a particular opening. Secondly, you will probably be thinking longer during the opening stages, whereas you really would like to use your repertoire to play the opening quickly and focus on difficult middle game and end game decisions. And also, you'll not really know the typical plans and the spirit of the opening that you're playing. And it's especially this last characteristic or this last disadvantage that is going to be of importance in this game for my student. So, small recap, I think this is the first mistake, not playing according to an opening repertoire. So his opponent answered c5, and the game continued. Knight f3, d6, bishop c4, knight f6, knight c3, e6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, and now a6. Okay, now here is a funny coincidence. We have actually reached a well-known position from the Najdorf defense. And it's the line where white plays with the bishop to c4. Now, this was always Fischer's favorite move, but in theory, this variation is known as the Sozin attack. Putting your bishop on c4 is known as the Sozin attack. And, well, like I said earlier in the video, my student's opponent is nicknamed Sozinski, so I thought that was quite funny. But more to the point is that black may or may not be threatening to play b7, b5 to b4 and kick away the knight on c3, which is the defender of white's central pawn on e4. Now, white player, how are you going to defend against that idea? Well, my pupil said, let's kill that idea with playing a2, a3. And I consider this to be the second mistake of this game. The thing is that with a2, a3 he's losing a tempo that he cannot spend on finishing the opening, and he's defending passively, reactively you could say, instead of aggressively or counter-attacking or ignoring the opponent's plan and prioritizing the own plan. And here we also see that if you don't know the openings, or that you don't know how to play the spirit of the opening, that you're more inclined to play moves